In today's video, I'm going to be building a ton of stuff for my large LEGO Star Wars Utapau mock. I'm going to be building a bunch of the platforms and buildings and much more where we can finally get this completed and bring it to Brick World Chicago. So let's get to it.
So the first thing I wanted to do for this episode is complete the main kind of traditional landing platform from Utapau. Now this is obviously a really cool one that is more kind of long and narrow with a brick built technique using a lot of different slope pieces or wedge pieces, kind of giving a kind of dark tan details that are kind of iconic to these landing platforms. Now I did build this originally using a snot technique, but it just proved to be not sturdy whatsoever, and I'm able to like pose a bunch of minifigures and put vehicles on top of this when it's all said and done. So I wanted to make that really nice and structurally sturdy, and I worked a bit more on the previous building, the main kind of hotel type building that we worked on in the last episode, but just got a little bit of progress done right there, not too much. Now, the main bit of details and work we're going to be done are the main two base plates on the very end of the left side of the mock. Now this one houses the really long or wide platform as well. I'm starting to use all these different kind of pieces I've used for the street, getting the street down, and as well working on where we're going to be putting some of the new buildings. Now when I first started doing this, I wanted to add that same hotel building, just a slightly different on that one side, but decided to change my mind and actually add this really unique building as you see right here. That is kind of has a more of a light gray structure, and it has more like of a circular shape. So I want to add that in this section, as well as adding a lot more of the ground floor for these city streets, adding a lot more of those kind of dark tan triangular shapes. Now here is the beginning bit of where I was gonna put the beginning of that light gray kind of dome structure right here, but decided to do it otherwise, since I do want kind of have like a little bit of a street going through here, because I want to have a kind of a look where it seems like there's another like bit of city on the other side, but obviously there's only going to be so much of the city here with just like a base plate and like a couple like studs on the end. So I decided to do that, where I'm gonna have the circular building on one side, and then here in a minute I'm totally gonna recreate a different kind of building that we do see from Utapau on Star Wars Battlefront 2. So that's the main progress I've done right there, and here is a bit of the circular building that I worked on, just a little bit of the details. Now here is the building I built that's kind of inspired from Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I built it in a snot technique so I can get a bunch of new cool details. There's like a little window slash door section as you see with that clone trooper walking by, which I'm kind of proud of, as well as just different kind of dark tan and regular tan details going all the way through. Now this is going to be multiple levels tall, which is going to be quite cool with a kind of more balcony structure.
And guys, here is the progress I've made so far on my LEGO Star Wars Utapau mock. Everything is put into place so far, and guys, let's just see what this looks like. So first of all, we have the completed or almost completed main landing platform here with Commander Cody and a couple of 212 clone troopers I just put on here randomly, just kind of give you a taste of how this will look like with them rushing up into the city. There will be like some extra details of like a guardrail thing coming all the way through here, which is going to look really cool. Overall, I'm really liking just this brick built technique of getting some of the cool kind of shapes and triangular little details which are in this main Utapau landing platform. I did put some of these clear pieces on the bottom just to give it extra support, since I do want like a gunship or ATTE on the platform when it's all said and done. But super cool how this turned out. But the next thing I want to do is look at this section of the mock. Now here we have the other landing platform. This one's more of a wider one that's going to go right here, most likely have the gunship on top of it, and then we have of course the ton of the side over here, at least the ground details, finished with this cool structure here that's going to have another level coming up all the way up here, as well as a little balcony that's going to be really nice when it's all finished. And then we have of course some new of these CAC battle droids I just got. I got 5 of them, and they're kind of rushing through with a crab droid. Kind of give you a kind of hint of how this will look like with this kind of main straightway coming through between the two buildings that are going to be right here and right here, which as you can see, not much done there, but as you saw from over here, I had a ton of good work on what the building might look like when it's all said and done. Here it is, kind of have a Utapau trooper on top just like that. Now, of course, we've seen this in previous weeks, but I do have this building right here, which I made a little bit more progress on. The second level is starting to come together and will also form right here. So this is gonna be a big building that's gonna go all the way across, which will be a nice little staple piece for all the kind of Utapauans and kind of a more urban battle setting. And then going on through the middle here, which obviously there's nothing yet, is gonna continue where that this kind of building will go all the way up to here. And then I'm gonna try to do some kind of spiral staircase, as you see from Star Wars Battlefront, kind of going up through the middle here between the two buildings. We're gonna have like another area showcasing where like you might go like more into the city. But here is a wide shot of the entire MOC with all the rock work, all the platforms mainly put in. Just need to finish the buildings and some of the extra groundwork on top of the city, looking super cool. And I'm really ecstatic how this MOC has come together. But over here, additionally, things we need to do in the next couple weeks is we're gonna have a cool side build here that's gonna be kind of the scene where you see the clone take on the crab droid in like a different section. Looks like they're like deep inside of the Utapau, so I'm gonna have it on here on this side. And on the opposite side of that end, we're gonna have it where Obi-Wan and Grievous are chasing each other on the wheel bike. So I think this is gonna turn out really nicely when we get to Brickworld Chicago, but let's go out to the outro. Now guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I had a ton of fun making it and getting a lot of good progress done for Utapau. Be sure to subscribe, looking out for the next Utapau video coming in the series. See y'all next time.